Why is mathematics considered as a language? In order to answer this, we must first consider what is a language. A language is a communication system which must have vocabulary, grammar, syntax, and those who use and understand it. Mathematics meets this definition of language. Why is mathematics considered as a study of patterns? It is considered as a study of patterns because in mathematics, we have the opportunity to observe, hypothesize, experiment, discover, and create. By understanding similarities based on data, we can predict what comes next, estimate if the same pattern appears when different variables are changed. Why is mathematics considered as a tool in solving problems efficiently? Mathematics is primarily about reasoning, not memorization, and mathematics helps us in understanding and gives us the ability to explain how we arrive at a specific answer with a solution rather than just simply remembering and applying solutions.
Why is game theory a relevant field of mathematics? Game theory revolves around the using of logic in analyzing situations and making decisions that are interdependent. Now, if one thinks about it, everything can be considered a game. And in game theory, the players of that game would try to think of solutions that would be the most optimal decisions for the player. Considering the different field of mathematics, it's also inclined with real-life applications such as in engineering, economics, and etc. People can use this to base their decisions to check if the decision would be beneficial for them or not.
How can you apply the concepts you have learned in this course to your field? I can apply all the things I have learned in this course in my daily life and in my studies. Some of the examples are transportation problems. This lesson helped me to understand the best way to decide which transportation will cost the least amount of money. This will come in useful when I get a job in the future. Lastly, investing is the most important thing I have learned in this course. It helped me realize how I can grow my money and calculate when will I break even on my investments. How relevant is mathematics in this digital age? In our modern society, I believe that mathematics is very important. Being math literate can make our lives easier because it helps us to express our ability to reason, solve problems, and to critically think.
So, what are my views and thoughts on this course? Well, I found some useful, some interesting, and some I didn't really appreciate them too much, or they didn't really interest me that much. Firstly, mathematics and finance. That's the one I found the most useful because I didn't really know much about taxes and stuff, so it's pretty helpful that I get to learn about it now before I actually have to start paying taxes. And then I found sciences the most interesting because it was just like a game to me when you have to choose which one's the best choice. I found that pretty fun. And then I would say I had the most difficulty with mathematics as a language. The just translating the sentences, the phrases into symbols, the P's and Q's. It could really confuse me. Uh, Three words I would say to describe this course. I would say useful, worth, and troublesome. I'd say useful because I can actually use a lot of what I learned here in real life, especially the finances and the decision sciences. Worth because I think it was, worth spending the time and effort learning all the topics we had. And then troublesome to a degree because of the requirements. I'd say there's kind of a lot, but the making it group works helped a lot, and I'd say I'm probably just bad at managing my time. Thank you.
It is true that mathematics is rooted to logic and reasoning. We notice this in our everyday lives. E- Every time that we have conversations with people, even though we do not realize it. I believe it is an important tool because in dealing with problems, we always have to have good reason and logic in order to solve it. In every problem, there's always a solution that is supposed to make sense, and we use reasoning and logic to make sense out of it. Learning about consumer mathematics really opened my eyes in how I should manage my money. It inspired me to get into the stock market and do something about the money that I have now, so that by the end of college, I would have something to use. This also opens up more opportunities for me so that by the time I graduate, I can keep investing more into different companies. Mathematics is very helpful when it comes to decision making. This is backed up by the lesson of logic and reasoning. Through logic and reasoning, we can weigh our decisions much more effectively, and it can help us realize or understand what we truly want or desire. Math can also help us in decision making by providing numbers or information that prove which decision is much more superior.